All right. Welcome, everyone, to the continuation of the two-part one-shot holiday special. As you can see, we still have our little holiday theme up and running because this is a continuation of last week's fun little journey into the land of Rankibass, an animated world that our party crash-landed in. And when last we left them, Pacifica, Rhys, Okse, Stitch, and Bucket had been directed by Sam the Snowman to bring together or eliminate both Heat Miser and Snow Miser, which are two giant brothers who are constantly warring for control over the climate of the North Pole. So before we jump back into the story and roll initiative, because that's the situation that we're in, does anyone have any announcements?
Well, obviously, make sure you join us next week for the first episode of our new long-running West Marches style campaign that we have officially named. So, should I share the name?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we officially named it Fortune's Tide. So definitely make sure to join us, and you'll get to see the sneak peek, first time ever having like a full intro video for a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 days, we're doing our first installment of the Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign.
Yeah.
I believe the time slot for that is 7 to 9.
It is.
Eastern.
Yep.
Where we will have 2 new people joining us as players for the first time, as well as D rejoining us for the first time in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then me, I'll be there. And Homer is the DM. So make sure to check out at 7 Eastern. There's an intro video for that one too. So that's exciting.
And she's being modest. Both of these intro videos were made by Hannah.
Yes.
And they are fantastic.
Yes.
I put many hours into them, so I'd appreciate everyone showing up and checking us out and giving feedback on the videos, because yes, I had to reteach myself Premiere Pro for them.
It's a pain.
Yes. Drunk One Shot.
January 27th.
A month away, yeah. So make sure you show up. It's a Sunday, so same time slot as we're in right now. Come
weird.
Drink along responsibly with us. Let's have some fun together. And with the turn of the new year, make sure to check out that we're going to have a whole new schedule.
Which is, you can actually see down in the panels below.
Yes, down below us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be streaming most days of the week, hopefully. So make sure you check out the schedule down below.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. There's our announcements.
Anybody else? Okay. With that, let's jump back in to the conclusion of this holiday special. So, party, Pacifica in particular, had just managed to convince Heat Miser, a very larger than normal fire giant, who sounded like he had a cold, ironically, that he and his brother should not be fighting, that they should try to work their problems out, and convinced him to go to their mother's house, or home plane, that she created for herself, and await the arrival of his brother, the Snow Miser. As soon as he left, the party was getting ready to leave his castle on top of a volcano, when around the bend up an obsidian path curving around the mountain, they saw 5 fire giants, or frost giants, coming up the way. Frick and Frack, the 2 fire giants that control the drawbridge, alerted the party to this as Pacifica was seeing what was going on. Real quick, you guys may notice that Chris is not with us tonight. His voice is completely shot. It's not comical like it was last week. It's no bueno for him. So JJ is going to be running Bucket tonight. So we'll see how that goes. You guys have 5 frost giants coming up the way. They're probably roughly 60 feet out from the moat that goes across, or goes in front of this castle. The drawbridge is being raised by Frick and Frack at the approach of these frost giants. So you guys can either decide to stay in the castle and wait it out, or you can exit the castle and confront these frost giants. And there's about a 20-foot chasm between the 2 sides of a pool of lava that the drawbridge goes over.
Are there any weapons mounted at this castle, like trebuchets or anything like that?
No, not that you've seen.
Well, maybe we should stay over on this side and have them come over here, and so that way we don't possibly fall into the lava.
Hey, Bucket, do you got any ball bearings or caltropes?
He doesn't, but Stitch does.
Oh, Stitch does. Excellent. I knew someone did. We should try placing some of those. You know, if they make a big step, maybe they fall.
So I'm assuming that the path up to this castle is uphill, correct?
The path comes uphill and then it levels off. So
Okay.
you are all standing on like a pretty wide area that's just been kind of like not quite paved, but it's a smooth obsidian.
I'll throw down about half my ball bearings.
Onto the path?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have to dart forward and like throw them out, and you're gonna run back.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna take you a couple of rounds to do that. So that's what you're doing. Now for those, does it say what the saving throw is for the ball bearings?
DC 10 dexterity.
DC 10 dexterity. They are not great on dexterity. Let's see how they do. Well, that is a 2 minus 1, so the first one. As you do this, is anyone doing anything while Stitch is kind of like flitting back and forth? Yeah.
Before we roll initiative, can Pacifica cast a spell?
Sure.
Can she cast Call Lightning over them and summon a storm cloud?
What's the range on that? 60?
It's 60 to 120.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Then yeah.
All right.
You all watch as the clouds above kind of start to swirl, and does Pacifica say anything when she does this, or is it just like a?
She just like raises her hands and like motions her hands in like a swirling motion to summon the clouds together above them, and it is a DC Dex 16.
Okay, well, so we'll resolve the ball bearings real quick, because that will affect the Call Lightning save as well. So, first Frost Giant fails, and he actually it's a 1, so it's a 2 minus 1, so it's a 1. It's not a critical failure, but it's still pretty severe. So he is actually going to fall back into the second Frost Giant, who rolled a 3 minus 1. That's a 2. So he does slightly better, but not by much. So he, taking the brunt of this first Frost Giant, kind of grunts and also falls back into the third Frost Giant, who does slightly better and rolled a 6. Minus 1 is a 5. Wow, I'm rolling like crap for these giants. Good God.
They're all going to fall off the bridge.
Number 4 falls back.
Don't worry about initiative, guys. We Ball Bearing's got this.
Oh, this is so funny though, because it's gone up in in very small increments, because that was a 9 minus 1 is an 8. So they all fail. The first one fails almost critically. So I'm just going to roll a d20 here and see if any of them actually fall off of the side of this mountain. Okay, 16. So they do not fall off the side of the mountain, but all of them are prone.
Okay, so as Ox is watching this, he gets ready to rush them with his horns.
Okay, so Frick and Frack, the 2 fire giants, are bringing the drawbridge up. Do you direct them to stop so that you can cross, or are you going to leap across the 20-foot gap? Because they'll stop if you tell them to.
No, I'm not that itching for a fight. Not me versus.
Bucket might be.
Oh no, actually no. You know what, prones?
Pacifica's still working on her storm cloud over here.
Yeah,
No,
so,
Ox is smart enough not to go by himself.
All right,
but he turns to look at the fire. He's like, "Hey guys, they fell. Did we go get them?"
So I just need to check real quick. Prone condition. So give them disadvantage on dex saves. Don't think so. Disadvantage on attack rolls. It does not give them disadvantage on dex saves. However, they are on an obsidian path that is at best 10 feet wide. So they do not have a lot of room to move, and they are prone. I'm giving them disadvantage on this because of the circumstances. Because it's either roll really far and fall off, or take the lightning damage. Alright, so dex save DC of what?
16.
16. This is not going to go well for them, I think. Nope, failure. And failure. And failure, that's 3. Oh, disadvantage, so that. Okay, so number 4 succeeds.
Still gonna take some damage.
Number 5 also fails. So, I would like you to roll that damage. 4 of them take
Okay,
full
so
brunt.
the ones that failed take the full thing. The ones that succeeded only take half. Alright. So the total is 15 for all the ones that failed, and then 15. Half of that for the ones that succeeded.
Okay, I have to do some writing, so I actually have to take these sunglasses off because it is not very bright in here. But I'm wearing them in spirit. Alright, so 4 of these frost giants, just this single bolt of lightning comes down and arcs into 4 separate pieces and just strikes 4 of the fallen massive bodies, dealing 15 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. And during this time... Oh, and the one that saved takes half, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So he will take 7 damage. Or no, we round up, so 8.
Yes.
I always forget if we round up or down. Alright, so they took it. I mean, it's not a lethal blow by any means, but they don't look happy. At this point, Ox, what are you doing? You're just holding?
Yeah,
Okay.
Impatiently.
Right.
But I'm holding.
Stitch, you have dropped your ball bearings. You saw these guys get cracked with lightning. Are you doing anything else? Rhys, I also need to know what you're doing, because after you guys resolve whatever you're going to do, we're going to roll initiative.
JJ, you're muted.
Damn you, bud.
Knew that was going to happen.
I do too. I was sitting there trying to blow my nose and do it quietly. I'm going to make my way back across the drawbridge with the rest of the party.
Okay, you do so.
Okay. I think Rhys is just going to bless the party.
Okay.
So we start off pretty strong.
Nice.
So you guys get a added D4 to any rolls you guys make. Attack rolls or saving throws.
Hot
Nice.
damn.
All
Nice.
right.
So keep that in mind. Is that concentration?
Let me check. It doesn't say concentration.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Are you doing anything else, Rhys?
No.
Okay. At this point, I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
Okay.
I've already rolled for all the giants, so.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, and Bjorn. Hey, wow. Why did I forget
And
you?
Ice. The Doges.
I love you.
Bjorn is best puppy. Okay, Pacifica rolled well, but Bjorn.
Not so much.
Okay.
Okay. So don't yell them out to me. Just roll them, and I will ask for them. Ox, what did you roll?
19.
18. Very nice. Pacifica.
Pacifica rolled a dirty 20, and Bjorn rolled a 7.
Oh.
Okay. Rhys.
Rhys got a 14, and Ice got an 11.
Oh, not bad. Okay. Bucket.
Oh, sorry, I was holding off on his roll so I didn't forget numbers.
Gotcha.
That is a 25.
Holy crap.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me roll again because he gets advantage for initiative rolls.
Oh.
We'll take the 25.
All right. What about Stitch?
15.
15. Wow. Bucket rolled higher than Stitch on initiative. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So we got the new numbers. New order. Trying out this combat tracker for the first time. So, all right. So the frost giants are currently prone. All of them. And all of them have also been hit with lightning. So, Bucket is up first. Brick and Frack are about halfway through bringing the drawbridge up because it is large and heavy, and even with their immense strength, it's still a bit of a chore. So, that's the situation.
So I'm assuming where are we in relationship to this drawbridge? Is there like a wall, like with a kind of a ledge on it to stand on for like guards, or?
If you go back into the castle, you could probably find something like that. Or are you just talking about like trying to climb the outside?
So we're on the outside of the wall right now, of the castle wall.
Yeah. So the castle proper like has a little tunnel that leads into it. You guys are on the outside of the tunnel on this like bank.
Okay.
And there's a drawbridge that covers this lava pool, almost like a moat.
So we're on the opposite side of the moat from where the giants are.
Correct.
Okay.
The frost giants.
So Bucket is going to go into a rage.
Okay.
And he starts cackling. He goes, "Giant shish kebabs!" and he hurls a javelin at the closest giant.
Okay. So the closest giant is still about 60 feet away because they haven't gotten up yet.
So it says 30 and 120. Is that?
So it's 120 with you can throw it up to 120 feet with disadvantage, and it would also be with disadvantage because they are prone, and it's a ranged attack. Right. He can hold his attack until they come within range.
Okay, he'll hold and wait until they come in range.
Okay. All right. And so that is Bucket. And up next, we have Pacifica.
Okay, let me see. Pacifica is going to... Oh boy. Okay, she's gonna do this! So, Pacifica, after summoning her cloud, she is going to, she's going to kind of like move towards the edge a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to cast Tidal Wave because it has just a solid range of 1 foot. And just out of the blue summons this massive wave of water.
All right.
And you can just see her like standing on the edge, like she's never looked so badass before.
All right. So Tidal Wave.
Yes, she is going to
I'm
cast
assuming there's a
Tidal
saving
Wave.
throw involved here.
Yep, Dex 16 once
Dex
again.
Shit. All right. Man, these guys are not good.
Hair just going wild with all the wind, and she's
All right.
badass.
Bjorn's barking.
Yes, she's got her
Cheering
bear
on.
cub still on her like a baby.
Ring slinged on.
First one rolled a natural 1.
So that's good, right?
All
Number
right,
one.
Frost Giant number 2. Okay. Not bad.
I can never find the dice I need,
Frost
but
Giant
they're
number
all
3 got a
weird.
5. Frost Giant number 4 succeeds. And Frost Giant 5 fails. So, Frost Giants, I believe, 2 and 4 succeed.
Okay. So
But 1,
if they
3,
succeeded,
and 5 fail. And number
If
1
they-
failed critically.
succeeded, still take half damage.
Right, yeah. Now, are they pushed with Tidal Wave?
Tidal Wave can knock them prone.
Prone.
Yeah, so they're already prone, but
So swept further away, maybe.
I mean, it's DM discretion. It doesn't say anything in there. Maybe critical fail will do it.
Well, critical fail, he's going to take double damage.
Yeah. Okay. So our damage.
Critical
Let's
fail on a
see if-
saving throw acts like a critical success on a hit. For me.
Let me see if I can do some math for once. Hannah's not good at math, guys. 12, 15. Okay, that is 20 points of damage for those who failed.
Okay,
And-
so 40 points of damage for Frost Giant number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. Number 2.
And succeeders get 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so you all watch just this massive wall of water just somehow on top of a volcano just emerges out of the air and just like rockets down this path on these frost giants that are already lying there moaning. Some of them still kind of with electricity, and this water just slams into them. They all manage to hold on and keep from like falling off of the edge, but yeah, it does some damage. Frost Giant number 1, he's looking hurt.
And Pacifica's looking badass.
Yeah, he's not excited. Not excited about what just went down. Now, was that concentration?
Let me see.
Because if it
That's a
is,
good
you lost
question.
Call Lightning.
It is not.
Oh, so Call Lightning's still up. Is that a bonus action to use it? Or is it an action?
Tidal Wave is an action.
No, Call Lightning.
Oh, Call Lightning, action.
Okay. So
Yep.
you have a bonus action.
Let me see.
Do anything.
I didn't beef her up for. Yeah, nope. No bonus action right now.
All right. Do you want to move any further? Still have
Ooh. No,
most
she's
of your
gonna.
movement left.
She's gonna still stay back near the group.
All right. Next, we have Ox.
All right, so I can probably jump this distance, correct?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say so. With like at least a 10-foot running start, yeah, you could do it.
Oh yeah, easy. Okay, so I'm gonna shout huzzah, and then my animated shield will appear in front of me. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to run and I'm going to jump,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to drill that one that looks all sad and sore.
What is your
With
your movement speed?
My movement is. What the hell is it on this sheet? I don't know. It's like 30, but if I get more than a 20-foot running start, I get an extra 5 feet.
So 35. So it would still put you about roughly 20-ish feet away from Frost Giant number 1.
Okay. Then I will just stand there with like my warhammer in one hand
Okay.
and my scimitar in the other, and just be like, "Come at me!"
All right. Just snorting, like steam coming
Yeah,
out.
just like yeah. Looking like Dwayne the Rock Johnson's tattoo, on the Brahma bull.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. So, I wrote down what these initiatives are. Back here. Here we go. That was really loud. Sorry about that. Alright, so Frost Giant number 1. The one who is looking the least excited about what's going on, stands up, which uses half of his movement, and will move forward and is just angry. And you can see now that you're a little bit closer, Ox, this Frost Giant. You've seen giants before, so I mean, it's roughly like 15 feet tall, and his beard and hair are completely made of ice, and where before they were kind of perpetually melting and reforming into things that actually did look like a beard and a head of hair, now because of the water, like it's just thrown it all off. It's like tangled. It's just like big clumps of ice. But he is just and comes up and just pulls a great axe from behind his back and just swings it at you as he comes up to you. So he is going to take a big old swing with his great axe at the Minotaur. Okay, that is a 12 to hit.
So I just keep snorting in his face and look at him and be like, "Should get a haircut."
He swings again. Okay, that's better. That's a natural 19, so 28 to hit.
Oh, there we are. That hits.
Natural 19. All right, so that is going to do. As the blade kind of comes forward, you throw up, or the animated shield kind of jumps in front of you. He gets just underneath it and slashes the upper part of your thigh, dealing 25 points of slashing damage.
Oh, Jesus.
They hit
That's
hard.
not very kind at all.
They hit hard. And he is just going to like continue to stand there and growl in your face. And that will be Frost Giant number 1's turn. Up next, we have Stitch.
So how far is Frost Giant number 1 from me now?
From you now, he's about 40 feet.
All right. So Stitch just kind of goes rigid and stands almost straight up, and his tail does the same thing straight up his back, but it points out over his shoulder, and the tip of his tail starts to glow.
Yeah.
So let's see. I gotta go to my actions here real quick. I gotta figure this one out. All right. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That will definitely hit.
All right.
Oh, well, we'll resolve this, and then I need to know what Bucket's movement speed is. But we'll resolve this first.
40 feet.
Oh, then yeah, Bucket's. Or no, you can't hold that movement, just action, so it's not within, or it's within range of his javelin, so we'll do that next.
Okay.
Alright, so what is the damage on your tail laser pistol?
15.
15 points of damage, alright. Yeah.
And this giant big blue beam just shoots out of the tip of his tail and just smacks into this Frost Giant.
And it makes like this really cool sound. Alright, they said that was 15?
Yeah.
15 points of damage. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah. This guy's... He's definitely bloodied at this point. As the beam kind of slams into his shoulder and just like opens up this burnt, smoldering wound on his trapezoid muscle, I guess. He's just like frantic, eyes wide, just growling. Looks like he's a bit surprised. Did not expect this kind of resistance when they came up here. So now Stitch, that is your action, correct?
Yep.
You have a bonus action.
Do I have a bonus action?
Hold on. Before I ask you that, is Stitch aware of what just happened? Or was this instinct? Curious.
It was just kind of instinctual.
So
he looked a little confused after it happened.
Kind of comes back to himself, just looking around like, what the fuck just happened?
What the hell was that?
Yeah. The tip of the tail is like smoking just a tad.
Okay, I will take the 40 feet away. I will take the dash action and get right up on this thing.
All right, nice.
Because I use cutting action as a bonus action.
Okay, I keep forgetting because you're swashbuckler.
Yep.
Did you get sneak attack on that? Because he was engaged in melee with another.
No, ally. I did not.
No, like I think you get it. I don't think you didn't roll for it.
I did not roll for it.
I think you get sneak attack because he's currently engaged with an ally of yours.
Oh, let's see. Sneak attack, you could deal an
I
extra
had a list
4d6.
of when Stitch gets sneak attack, and I deleted it because we weren't playing those characters.
Does that say 4d6?
Yes, it
sneak
does.
Attack is nasty.
Holy shit.
Yeah, swashbucklers. They're crazy.
It's why I love rogues. And yeah, the swashbuckler, like, oh my god. They took a squishy character and just made him so OP. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's another 20 damage.
Jeez. Okay, yeah. Frost Giant number 1 is once again not happy about how things are going. Probably going to consider switching employers after this, if he survives. So now, what would you like to do for your bonus action? You're going to dash and get up close.
Yep. Get right up on it.
All right, so you do that, and you just kind of just tabaxi blur, dashing right up to the side of this giant. Now, are you flanking with Okse?
Yes.
Okay, so both of you now have advantage on attacks against this particular frost giant, and now we can resolve Bucket's javelin.
All right, here it comes.
Rhys, you're on deck.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24, that will hit.
Let's see.
Roll that damage.
And he's in rage mode, so he gets an extra +2 damage. Let's see. 9 damage.
9, okay. Yeah, Frost Giant number 1 is starting to teeter a little bit. Like, he's still standing, still looks dangerous, but is definitely bleeding from multiple places and is breathing heavily and is just not looking long for this world. So that ends Stitch. Stitch's go. That was a held action by Bucket. So now we come to Rhys. Rhys, you are roughly 50 to 60 feet away from Frost Giant number 1.
And he's looking rough, right?
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
Now, how likely is it that I'll hit my teammates if I use a projectile spell?
Not. At this point, we assume that you're all competent enough to call out when you're throwing a spell or an arrow or something so that your teammates can move.
Okay, so yeah, Rhys does that. He lets the two over there know that he's going to throw an Eldritch Blast over there.
So you guys just kind of shift.
Roll that. That is an 18.
That will hit.
All right. So let's roll damage.
They're
That
not
is
super hard to hit. This giant is just taking a beating.
That's 10 points of damage.
Oh, man. Okay.
And do I roll for the second one, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's 11.
11 to hit.
Oh, I didn't roll for that. Let me even see if that hits.
11 points of damage.
Hey, that doesn't hit.
What is it?
That's a 2.
Oh, bad
Damn.
luck. All right. So the first blast kind of impacts him in the chest. The second blast, as it comes forward, he kind of ducks out of the way. It goes wide. Do you have a bonus action? Yes.
I think I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. All right. So that ends Rhys's turn. Now it's Frost Giant number 2. Frost Giant number 2 has been watching from a prone position. All of these things just slam into the leader of this band, and is becoming enraged by it, and will stand up using half of his movement because he was prone. All of them were, and begins to run forward, and does not quite make it to all of you. He's still got about 5 feet more of movement to go because he was behind the first guy. So he just kind of stands there, just yelling, not any even words at this point, just screaming. And that's all he can really. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Scratch that. Sorry, first time running giants. He's actually going to stop about 10 feet away and reach over and just pick up a large chunk of obsidian and huck it. And he is going to go for Ox, because Ox looks like the biggest threat right now. Is big.
Well, and giants don't understand laser tails.
They do
So.
not. They do not. I don't remember what happened there. That's a hit. That's 12 to hit.
No.
So do you dodge or deflect?
My animated shield will just sort of deflect it towards the knee of the big giant that's still standing in front of me. Just kind of ugh.
And it kind of pings off of his shin. Not happy about it. Kind of looks back like, watch what you're doing, Fred. And that is all that Frost Giant number 2 is going to do. Next up, we have Ice the Doggo.
Oh, Ice.
Yeah.
All right. So where is he in relation to
wherever you would want him to be? Is he right next to you? Is he next to Pacifica?
I'd say he's right next to Rhys.
Then he would probably be about 50 feet away from Frost Giant number 1. About 60 from Frost Giant number 2.
Yeah, he's not gonna make that run. I'll say he'll try to close the distance, though. So he has 40 feet, so just close the distance to the nearest Frost Giant.
Okay, and I will say at this point that Frickin' Frack have noticed that, you guys are initiating attacks, and they have stopped raising the drawbridge. Because otherwise everyone would have to jump over a 20-foot gap. So they're kind of, they've just let it go, and it's just slammed back down. And is now in place. So the drawbridge is there. You can ask them to start raising it again if you want, but for now we will assume that it is a clear path, that no one has to jump across a pool of lava that there is virtually no escape from if you fall.
Oh.
Sweet.
Well, there goes my plans.
Again, you could have them. You could destroy the bridge. Anyway, so Ice is going to do what? I'm sorry?
He's just gonna take 40 feet to get to the nearest Frost Giant. Yeah.
Okay, so still about 10 feet away, but he runs up. I guess he could use his action to get to do a double movement.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
Okay. So Ice is standing next to Stitch at this point, and Ox, and the Frost Giant. So that will end Ice's turn. It's very confusing because his name is Ice, and they're Frost Giants. So this will be Frost Giant.
We never said Rhys was creative.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
Pacifica married him. It's fine.
That's good. So Frost Giant number 3. Frost Giant number 3 is going to stand up, use his movement to come a little closer, is also going to grab a rock, and I think is probably gonna huck this one at I'm gonna say he's gonna chuck it at one of the fire giants, because they're big and they know what they can do. So he's gonna toss it at Frack. Ooh, is a 26 to hit. So Frack gets kind of pelted with this large obsidian rock, and that is going to do a pretty significant chunk of damage to Frack. Frack does not look happy about that. Okay. And then that frost giant is just going to stand there. It looks like it's looking around for another rock. Next up is Bjorn.
Bjorn is just going to stay by Pacifica and he's going to like position himself where he's like near her but in between her and the enemies. And he's going to ready a bite attack if anyone comes within range of Pacifica.
Alright. Good idea. Next will be Frost Giant number 4. Frost Giant number 4. Fourth verse, same as the first. Going to stand up, move as far as it can, pick up a rock, and it's going to throw it at Frack as well. That is a natural 20. So that obviously hits. And yeah, we're okay. So I've been just doing the suggested damage for brevity's sake, but for a crit, I will actually roll to see how much it is. Significant. So 46 points of damage to Frack. Yeah, Frack does not look excited about that. Oh, what is... I gotta do some math here. Okay. So yeah, Frack kind of takes that one in the face, and you now see like this big welt on the side of this fire giant's face.
Oh, poor Frack.
Yeah, his beard on that side is kind of sputtering. The flames are trying to reform, but he's just, man, that hurt. Yeah, he's not the brightest. Not very eloquent. So that will be that Frost Giant's turn. Now we come to Frost Giant number 5, the final Frost Giant. And he will once again stand up using half his movement and come up and will huck a rock. Check that word, huck. It's fun. Huck a rock. That I don't believe is going to hit. That is a 10. No, 11. I can math. Because he rolled a 2. So, does not hit. So, another rock comes towards Frack's face and kind of ducks to the side out of instinct, and it shatters against a wall behind him. And now, it is Frick's turn. Frick is going to look to the party. Frick is the female fire giant, and she's just going to... What do you want me to do?
Fire!
Can answer.
Fire!
Just don't hit us!
Kill him!
Alright, yeah, she can do it too. So she's gonna pick up a rock, slightly bigger than the ones the Frost Giants were throwing, and she's gonna throw it at Frost Giant number 1. And as she does so, she's gonna call out to Okse, Stitch, and Ice, and have them, move. Doc! Oh, come on. Alright, yeah, that's going to be a 26 to hit. And that will do 29 points of damage, which is exactly how much HP Frost Giant number 1 had. So you guys watch as this rock kind of just, it's a little sharp on one end, and it kind of tumbles over like a poorly thrown football. And just sticks like right in the clavicle of this frost giant. And just falls back. The ground kind of shakes a little. Frost giant number 2 sees this happen and is not happy about it. Just keeps bellowing pure rage. Frost giant number 1 is out of the fight. And we come back to, or no, then we come to Frack, who has been wounded, but is angry. And again, not the brightest bulb in the box, so he is going to also pick up a rock and chuck it at Frost Giant number 2. That will hit, and that also does 29 points of damage. Alright, so we are moving right along with these Frost Giants. One of them is down, and we come to Bucket.
Bucket's about how many feet away from the second Frost Giant?
Sorry. Bucket is at he threw the javelin within about 20 feet, so roughly 30 feet away.
All right, he's got 40
we're
feet of
playing
movement.
a little fast and loose with the distances. It's not a big deal. It's a
So
one shot,
he's got
who cares?
40 feet of movement, so he'll move right up on Frost Giant number 2.
All right, let's do it.
And
Now, there's nobody else in melee with Frost Giant number 2, correct?
not yet, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. All right, so Bucket's the first. This Frost Giant definitely looks like it's taken some damage.
All right, he's look. That sucks. That's a 8. No, 9. I'm sorry.
A 9 to hit.
A 9 to
Will not
hit.
do it. Will not do it. So what is Bucket attacking with?
His great axe.
Yeah, so as he kind of swings it, the giant just deflects it with this massive hand. Can Bucket do anything else? He's a barbarian, correct?
Yeah.
Can he attack twice?
He can if he uses frenzy, but that gives him 1 point of exhaustion. Which
No, I
we may
thought
have-
barbarians got extra attack once they hit level 5.
5.
I'll say, let me check.
So it should say it on D&D Beyond.
It
Amber,
doesn't-
you play a barbarian.
I do. I think he does have an extra attack.
I'm not seeing it on his.
Let's see.
What path is he?
Oh, I haven't gotten that.
It should say at the top.
It just says barbarian.
Okay.
It doesn't say what path.
2-weapon fighting. Yep. You can make another.
Yeah,
Offhand.
yeah. Beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once.
Okay. I don't
All right.
so.
Yep, you're fine. You're playing 2 characters. You're doing fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So another attack. Here we go. That's 17.
That will hit. Roll that
Oh,
damage.
shit.
Pacifica, you're on deck.
Hey.
12 damage.
12 damage. Nicely done. As the great axe kind of carves into the calf of this frost giant, it looks down and just once again, not really trying to speak, just growling. And that is it for Bucket, I assume?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Pacifica, you're up.
Okay, so Pacifica, she did not go over the bridge yet. She kind of like moved up to like the
Up
ledge.
to the bank. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It is hot.
from she's good.
Yeah.
From where she is now is specifically Frost Giant 4, the one who got the critical last round. Is it within 60 feet of her?
Yeah.
Okay. So her high half elf allowed her to take Toll of the Dead. So she is going to cast Toll of the Dead. And y'all hear that beautiful bell. So she's going to cast.
Wait.
That-
You're trying to cast at the one who took the damage from Frack?
The one who rolled the critical, Frost Giant 4.
Oh, the one who made the critical attack. Okay.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
you're good. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, they're really good at those. What's the DC?
12.
Doesn't matter. It's a 4.
Alright. Roll that damage. Alright. That is 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage on Frost Giant 4. Alright.
And that's all she's going to do with her turn.
So what does Pacifica's Toll the Dead sound like?
Pacifica's Toll the Dead sounds like wind chimes.
I love it. Like, is it just like a little tinkle, 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 or is it like a massive set of wind chimes?
It sounds like when you walk into the garden section and you accidentally bump one wind chime, and then all of them start singing together. Yeah. And it sounds like an old lady's butterfly garden. It's
That's a butterfly garden.
Yes. And that is her turn.
Chris was correcting us in the chat, by the way.
With what?
with the 2-weapon fighting.
Oh.
The 2-weapon fighting is the bonus, but he does get to attack twice. So yeah, my bad. I apologize. Lot to keep track of. Anyway, so that was Pacifica's turn.
Yes.
Nicely done. And now we come back to Okse.
All right. So the one in front of me is still looking pretty rough, right?
Well, Frost Giant number 1 that you were fighting with
is dead.
Okay,
so I gotta climb over him.
Yeah, the one that Bucket just ran up to is looking pretty hurt.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to that one, and I'm just gonna go with my Warhammer.
Are you gonna flank?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you get advantage.
All right, so I got an 18, and yeah, we'll stick with the 18 plus 26.
Yeah.
All right.
That will hit.
Yeah. All right. So they take a lovely 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, because they're still standing, and I really don't like that, I'm going to hit them with my 9 lives scimitar. So basically, if I hit them and they have less than 100 points of life left, they have to roll a DC 15 Constitution.
All right.
Oh,
have advantage.
Might survive. Oh, fuck. Nope. So that was a swing and a miss. A high of 5, including being blessed. Including being blessed.
No.
Okay.
You rolled with advantage?
Oh, yes. Yes, that was with advantage. 3 was my other one. Thankfully, the one was on the blessed die.
All right. Oh, man, that sucks. So you kind of swing out with this, and it makes like a very faint as it swings through the air, and the giant just kind of like backs up, like out of the way. And is that everything for you?
Ooh, no. I'm going to action surge.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to action surge.
Surge. All right, action surge away.
Sweet. I'm going to action surge. Don't mock my auction. Oh, okay. We got a 16 plus 8 is 20. Oh, no, just wait. 9 live stealer. So that's a 26. That hits.
DC 15 Constitution?
Yep.
Oh, boy. They have decent con. So. That is an 18.
Okay, so then he just takes damage.
Yep. For now.
Yeah. Woo! That's a hot one on the damage die plus 7, so 8.
All right. Hey, every little bit counts. All right. So, Frost Giant number 2 is looking pretty damn hurt. It is past bloodied and is kind of breathing raggedly. Much like the Frost Giant number 1 is now like showing visible wounds that are bleeding and kind of steaming.
Oh, I get another attack. Sorry, I've never played a fighter.
Yeah, have at.
Well, just wait. Do I? Because it says like action surge is I can take one additional action.
And I believe
So it would
as a
just be one
fighter-
attack.
No, I believe as a fighter, if you make an attack as your action, then you get a second attack as part of that action. I don't think
Okay,
it's a bonus.
all right. Cool. Woohoo!
Chris can yell at me.
Critical!
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did you
Is
do
this
your
also with the 9
animation?
Oh no! Oh yeah! Thank you. Critical success.
Critical success.
Thank you. I forgot it on the last one.
You're
I believe I
okay.
forgot.
Okay.
It's
So
like I have
it's
a
technically
ton of
not a
stuff.
nat. It's technically not a nat 20, but my fighter crits on a 19 or a
That's
20.
fine. Yeah.
So
Criticals. Critical.
he can roll again to see if he makes the con save, and then if not, I'll hopefully do more than 1 point of damage.
Oh,
You know,
it's a 13.
if he has less than 100, he just drops dead.
He had 46 hit points.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So where do you
Good
hit him?
job.
With it? Where do you hit him with it?
Because I'm a dick, but I'm tall.
Mhm.
I'm gonna nail the back of his hamstring.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So as it cuts and he starts to lose his balance and is unable to support himself, he goes down to one knee and starts to raise the great axe, and you just see a pulse in his eyes, they just flash for a second, and the sword in your hand, you swear, purrs. Just very briefly. And the eyes go dark, and this giant also falls. Frost Giant number 2 is out of the fight. Nicely done. Holy crap, you guys are doing really well. This is awesome. I'm excited. So Frost Giant number 2 is out. So Ox, I believe that's everything for you. I think that was a good round.
Yeah.
All right, Stitch. Frost Giants 3, 4, and 5 are still alive. 4 has been has been hit pretty hard by Pacifica. 3 and 5 are still looking pretty hardy and hale. You are muted.
Mike's off.
Muted.
God damn it. Sorry, I'm nursing a cold, so I've been
That's
muted
fine.
off. So Stitch marches up to Frost Giant number 3, and you see him kind of go rigid again, and he crosses his arms like this, and a dagger shoots out of the back of each of his hands.
Nice, like Wolverine style.
Like berserker.
That's fucking awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so Pacifica, you've been traveling with Stitch for a while.
I've seen him doing some weird stuff today.
Yeah, you've seen some weird stuff out of him before, like the whole lockpick hidden in his pinky thing. That was weird. But now he's just shot a laser out of his tail, and now has hidden blades in his hands. Shit's fucked up.
Yeah, Pacifica's very
Yeah.
we're gonna have a talk later, Stitch!
Alright. So, what is
Alright.
Stitch doing with these daggers?
Stitch is going to attack Frost Giant number 3.
Have at sir. You do not get sneak attack because he is not currently engaged in melee. Anyone else?
But there's nobody else within 5 feet of him and a swashbuckler. I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if you get advantage, do you get your sneak attack?
I do.
God, of course you do. Of course.
Oh yeah, and
Swashbucklers are
if he
broken.
crits, he also rolls the
Yeah.
sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That
I might need to give
is-
rogues another chance.
24.
That'll hit.
All right. City.
That'll do, dog. That'll do.
I love it. It's
First
so good,
one
but it's-
is 9 damage.
Okay, that's not
We're gonna do some math.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
9 damage, 96 damage.
7, 9. Another 13 damage on top of that.
All right, that's not too bad. I'll let that go. All right.
And then my offhand attack.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, that will still hit. Rhys, you're on deck.
I don't add the.
Yes,
do I not add, do I add the ability fire to that or no?
I say yes. I don't
All right.
like the whole offhand thing because I think as a trained and competent individual, you would be able to use both hands simultaneously. That was adorable, by the way. Mark.
6.
Yeah.
6.
No, I'm all the cute, right?
Do I get sneak attack for the offhand?
No.
Damn it!
It's once per round.
Yeah. You're not like a sneak attack slot machine.
Well, he kind of is, but
yeah.
So how much damage?
9 for that last one.
What was the roll to hit?
It was 18.
Oh yeah, okay. So 9 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Frost Giant number 3 is not quite bloodied, but is definitely not looking happy about his current circumstances.
Can I start climbing this thing?
Climbing the Frost Giant?
Yeah.
Sure. I would say make an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's right in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. You got this, Stitch.
It's a one shot. Why not? I can do it.
That's a plus 11, by the way, is my textbook.
Yeah. So what's the total?
17.
I thought it was going to be something real stupid. All right, I'm going to roll an acrobatics check for him to see if he can just like kind of move out of the way so you cannot climb on top of him. That is a failure. You rolled an 8. So yeah, you climb on top. Where would you like to perch?
On the back of his neck.
Of course. Yeah. So yeah, like a regular cat. Stitch climbs onto the back of the neck of this Frost Giant. Number one, the first thing you notice is it should be, you register that the skin is very, very cold. It should be uncomfortable for you, but it's not. Much like the heat earlier.
Because reasons.
You register it. You know it intellectually, but it doesn't bother you. Yeah. So that is the end of Stitch's turn. Yes.
That's it.
All right. Rhys, you're up.
All right. So Rhys is going to cross the bridge.
All right.
And he's going to. I don't know if this is going to hurt Stitch, though.
It won't.
All right. So
Unless
we're going
it's
to do
an area
it.
of effect.
No area of effect.
All right.
We're just going to go with the Eldritch Blast again, and
yeah.
we're going to make it an agonizing blast. So let's hope it hits.
Yeah.
So the first one was a nat 1.
Oh, that was it.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Okay, this one was an 18.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right, so that's the second one.
Pull that Danji.
Let's go. That's a 10. Where is that? Okay.
I feel like I should have some Christmas music playing. The happiest. Battle.
All right, that's 14 points of damage plus a D4. That's 18 points of damage. Total, yeah. And then I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon on a Frost Giant that hasn't been hit yet.
Oh, well, all of them have been hit by Pacifica for lightning and the water wall, the tidal wave, hit all of them. So all of them have been damaged somewhat. Frost Giant 5 is looking the most hardy.
Okay, so we're going to go for Frost Giant 5.
Okay, it's the one that's furthest back that was chucking rocks.
Where did the spell go? Spiritual Weapon. Okay. The distance on that is 60 feet, so...
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, so that is a bonus action. And
you get to attack with it as soon as it appears, correct?
yeah.
All right.
All right. So let's see if it hits.
Okay.
That's an 18.
That hits.
So that's 1d8 plus 5. Oh, that fell off the table. Hold on.
Reroll.
Just re-roll it. 4. That's 8 points of damage on that
so
one.
Frost Giant 5. 8 points of damage. Okay. Those are the blast hits and the kind of what form does this spiritual weapon take? It's important to know.
That is important. We'll just say like a really snazzy looking broadsword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as it kind of arcs down and slashes against his forearm that he throws up, it leaves a nice long gash. And he doesn't look happy to be fighting a giant magical sword. But, that's the job.
Yeah.
So, that ends your turn, and now we have Ice.
All right.
Ice
So,
was engaged with Frost Giant 1,
yeah.
which has been killed. So now he is free to do whatever.
All right. So I think he's gonna go nip at the Frost Giant that has Stitch on
That
him.
would be Frost Giant number 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
The closest one. So, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna just go for a bite attack.
Yep. Have that.
That is a 16.
16 will hit.
All right. So that is. Where's my d6? 6. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it says he has an additional bonus attack. So I guess we'll just bite again.
All right. Those. How many points of damage for the first one?
That is 6 plus 7.
13.
There we go. And I will end Ice's turn there.
So 13 points of damage total. This Frost Giant is officially bloodied as well. Got a dog on his ankle and a cat on his neck.
Bad day at the office.
It's a bad day. We didn't sign up for this shit. Are we getting hazard pay? It is now Frost Giant 3's turn. Let's see here. Yeah, I think he's going to try to dislodge Stitch. So he is going to. I'm going to have him roll an athletics check, and I would like you to roll either an athletics or acrobatics check. It'll be a contested roll.
All right. Let's go with acrobatics. 19.
25.
Oh, shit.
So you feel this giant hand just kind of come back and grab you by the scruff and just kind of fling you out. So you land about 10 feet away. You land on your feet because you're a cat. You don't take any damage from it, but he definitely kind of pushes you off of him. And yeah, that's all he can do. That was his action. And he is going to shout out, "Where is Heat Miser?" And then that will end his turn. Does anyone answer him?
Yeah, Pacifica does.
Do you speak Giant?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I do.
They do not speak Common.
Ox does.
Yeah.
No.
Ox, do you
So-
answer?
Oh, yes.
What do you say?
Heat Miser is with us. You will learn to step down, step away, or fall down like your brothers.
I didn't like them anyway.
I don't blame you. They, if they're, I wanted a challenge to fight, and so far, not much of one.
All right. Up next is Bjorn.
So Bjorn is he's gonna charge ahead, under instruction of Pacifica,
Of course.
to start moving across the bridge, and he waits for her just on the other side.
Okay. So he's just kind of chilling out, waiting.
Yep.
Is he holding a bite in case anything comes within range?
Of course.
I figured. All right. So that'll end Bjorn's turn. Frost Giant number 4. Frost Giant number 4 is currently not engaged with anyone, but did take the Toll the Dead damage from Pacifica. So she is quite angry, and she steps up next to Frost Giant number 3. And well, I'm going to make a roll real quick. See how smart these guys are. Because they are losing badly. They are not that smart. She's gonna make an attack against. Let's see who's in melee with Frost Giant number 3. There's Stitch, who got thrown off, and
Ice.
And, say again.
Ice.
And Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Now she'll keep going. She's not really worried about Ice. We don't kill dogs on the stream. She's gonna go up to Stitch because she just saw him get flung off. So it's just an extra step for her. Some mangy tabaxi down in the snow.
Just wait. Does she have to pass me to get to him?
Were you in melee with number 3?
Well, I killed number 2.
Yeah.
Right. I slayed number 2.
Yeah.
So if Stitch went past me, then she'd have to walk past.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, she will.
Sweet.
So you get your attack of opportunity.
Yep. And 14.
That will not hit.
I did not think it would.
Yep. So the swing goes wide, and she just kind of keeps stomping forward, and will take 2 swings at Stitch. First one is and 18 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. The first swing, duck underneath. Second swing, even worse. That is a 15 to hit. So both swings just go wide.
I matrix that shit, like lean back.
Yeah. And you hear, Ox, stop moving, from her. She wants him to stop moving, man. She wants to hit something. That's the end of her turn. And now it is Frost Giant number 5. Frost Giant number 5 will also kind of come up a little bit further and join the fray. And Frost Giant number 5 was the one that Rhys went after, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were still fairly far away.
Yeah.
So it can't quite get to you, but it is going to huck a rock at you.
Oof.
Yeah. It didn't.
What a jerk.
Yeah, they're all not very nice. Oh shit, that is a 27 to hit.
Is that a critical or
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
It was an 18, and they have a +9 with the rock. So that will deal for the Frost Giant. That will deal 28 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Yeah. Like I said
Yikes.
before, they hit hard. So these 3 Frost Giants have all taken their turn, and that one will stay there. Doesn't say anything. Just kind of breathing heavily. And up next is Frick. Frick will yell at the Frost Giant that spoke earlier, and she will just say, "Go back to your master. No one wants you here." And then she will chuck another rock. It worked well the last time. Yep, that's for her. They are actually stronger than the Frost Giants. That's a dirty 20 hit, and that does 29 points of damage to Frost Giant number 3. Frost Giant number 3 is looking a real rough. Is not looking long for this world. He's kind of doubled over and just kind of huffing after taking a giant rock to the midsection. Probably a couple of ribs cracked in there.
Oof.
And Frack will do likewise. And he's just shouting insults at all of them. Not trying to reason with them. Just dumb things like your mother was a snowflake. Your father smelt of elderberries. They're just weird insults that don't make any sense. Yeah, that'll hit. That's a natural 18, so it's a 29 to hit. And that will put that frost giant out of its misery. So as the next boulder cracks it right across the side of the skull, part of the skull kind of caves in a little, and it falls limp to the ground. There are currently 2 frost giants left, and it is now Bucket's turn.
Which frost giants are left?
Huh?
What's number of frost giants are left?
Number 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
That's it.
Okay.
Number 4 is looking pretty... Well, they're both looking pretty hurt. Not bloodied, but they've taken some heavy hits.
Bucket's going to move up to frost giant number 4.
Okay.
And take 2 swings with his great axe.
Alrighty.
Sec here. Bring that up. Ooh, 13.
That will not hit.
Second one. Actually, don't I get the +4 from her?
From the bless? Yeah.
Yeah.
D4?
No, you get an extra D4.
Yeah, plus D4.
Okay, D4. So I roll a D4. So what did I say? 13 for that?
You did.
Plus... God damn, let me take my glasses off. 14 hit.
Just wait, though. Bucket's going for Frost
14?
Giant 4?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably flanking then.
yeah, I was going to
Because
say you were
Frost Giant
engaged
4
with
is
that
going after Stitch.
one. Yep. So, yeah, Bucket could flank. You're right. Call mark. So roll with advantage for Bucket.
Okay. That's even worse.
Okay.
So that would have been 11 plus 3, 14 again. So I'll do the second attack now.
All right.
That's 24.
That will hit.
Okay.
Pacifica, you're on deck.
That's 10 damage.
Okay. To Frost Giant number 4. All right.
And then as a bonus action, where is it at? I gotta find it. Class features, racial features. He is going to bite at the Frost Giant's ankles.
Okay.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yep, that sounds like a very Bucket thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Your father smelled of de-icer. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I just saw
bite
that.
attack. That is a nat 1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, bueno.
Oh.
Right. So Bucket has a fairly poor round, ending with a bite attempt. And he just chomps down on snow, or not snow, on rock next to the foot, but seems to still think that it's the foot, and is just like gnawing away at the ground for a couple seconds. Pacifica, you are up.
So Pacifica, she already planned to move forward, but after seeing Frost Giant 5 attack her husband, yeah, no. So she moves forward, meets up with Bjorn, and she casts Blight on Frost Giant 5.
Okay.
Oh.
And she curses in Undercommon this Frost Giant as she casts the spell.
Okay.
It is a Constitution saving throw 16.
Constitution of 16. They have decent con, so we'll see.
We still get half damage if they succeed.
Not decent enough. That's a 15.
That's 8d8, so
Oh,
hang
God.
on.
Yeah.
I need to get my calculator out. Hold on.
Giant number 5 is gonna get fucked up.
You touched her husband.
Yeah. Ox, you're on deck.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I only have 48, so I gotta roll again.
Getting close to dinner time. Hungry.
That is 40 points of damage.
Jesus. All right.
So that
what level
undercommon-
did you cast that at?
That is a level 4 necromancy spell.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
All right.
Yes.
So what does that look like on a frost giant? It's
Um,
not dead,
okay.
but
So
it's definitely bloodied.
Oh yeah, necromantic energy washes. So maybe their color changes. They're ice. So maybe like you see the gradient of black.
Yeah.
Start to like infest them.
Yeah.
And taint the ice.
You said taint. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So like you see the eyes kind of blacken a bit, and these spider-like veins just pulse out. This dark energy kind of washing down their body. Yeah, Frost Giant number 5 is hurt badly. So, is that all you're doing?
Yes, that is all she's doing.
All right, Ox, you're up.
All right. So I'm closest to Frost Giant 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is
Are you
currently
flanking?
engaged with Stitch and Bucket.
Hot damn. Fuck.
What'd you get?
The highest is a 6 with bless.
Plus?
Oh,
Plus
sorry.
everything?
Just wait. No, sorry. Forgot to add my weapon. So 16 for the 9 live stealer.
16 will hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
so
for a plus
that's-
10. Do they have under 100
They do.
health points?
They do.
Excellent. It's a 15 con.
Okay, so for that one, that is going to be a 13.
So they're dead.
Dead again.
So
Man.
once again,
Just murdering my fucking frost giants. I should not have let you have that sword.
I checked with you.
I know.
I was like,
no, this is
But-
awesome. Like again, like
So-
they did not expect this.
no. So once again, this is a really nice hamstring attack. Again, because like Ox just knows that that's a weak spot on anybody
Mhm.
and loves to cause pain and have them remember the pain as they sink to their death.
Yeah, in almost exact same fashion as the previous one. It kind of drops to one knee, and you see the eyes flash, and you feel the sword vibrate slightly, almost like a cat who's really, really happy.
Nice.
And
All right.
kind of hum a little. You have a second attack.
I know. How far is number 5 away from me?
It's pretty close. They all moved up together.
Damn it.
But
Too close. Oh well.
What do you want to do?
Oh, I was gonna do a goring rush.
How far do you need for that?
20 feet.
How much movement speed? What's your movement speed?
I can't find it on this stupid sheet, but it's gotta
Is
be
it-
like 30 or 35.
Yeah, you
30,
can back
alright.
up a few feet and run forward
Okay.
and be fine.
All right. So I'm gonna go, and I'm going to do a melee attack, goring rush,
All right.
just because. Hot damn! It's a critical.
Nice. I assume critical
So-
success
Yes.
because that's the one I rolled.
Sweet.
Oh,
So
no,
that's
it didn't
an
do it.
11
There you go.
Critical success.
plus 7, so there's 18.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go and just do another attack with my 9 lives.
Did you double the dice?
I did.
Oh, so
Well,
18
okay.
with the critical.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I've got 27.
That hits.
Do they have under 100 life left?
They do. Good God. That sword is the MVP.
Fourth verse, just like the first verse. Is that what we were saying
Okay.
earlier?
It is a critical success.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they are going
Critical
to take
success.
Still rolling the animation for it, damn it.
They take 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay, alright. So, yeah, it's still up, but barely. It is not
And
long.
I've used my bonus actions to do the goring rush, so I am done.
Alright. Okay. So next up is Stitch.
So I'm going to use my feline agility and climb back up to this thing and get on the back.
Alright, I say make your acrobatics check. It's probably gonna beat theirs.
It's a 28.
Yeah. By 20, we beat them.
So
you're back up there.
I'm back. As I get back behind it, I put my tail in one of its ears, and I put my hand up against the other one. So I've got a dagger in one ear and the tail in the other.
All right. What do you do? Are you firing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so technically, fire like a ranged weapon in melee would have disadvantage, but you have advantage because you're flanking. So let's just make this a straight roll with a laser pistol in the ear.
That is a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
3, 4, 10.
Oh, I love this game.
15.
It's so stupid. Things just get so dumb. I love it.
17 damage.
17 damage. Is that with your sneak attack?
Oh, not yet. No.
You had advantage. Roll.
Remember that number because I won 17.
Got it.
This is fucking. We're not even at the break yet. This is fucking wild.
That was crap. That was 7 damage.
So 24.
So what's the total? 20. Oh my! Are you serious? It had. I'm not kidding. It had 24 HP left.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Oh, good
All
job,
right.
guys.
So Stitch, describe to me how you coup de grace this frost giant.
Well, since I did it
Before
with the
we go to
tail,
break. Take us into
the
break
laser
with this
just goes in
description.
one ear and you see it shoot out the other side.
Mhm.
And this thing just falls face forward, like doesn't even put its arms out to stop. It just kind of teeters over, and I'm riding this thing all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. Cause
Do you land in like the Captain Morgan pose? 1 foot on the head.
Oh my god, it's amazing. So, yeah, the final frost giant impacts the ground, and everything is eerily quiet. After the sounds of battle and screams and the grunts, everything is silent. And then you hear from behind you, in very broken common, "That was the coolest thing I've ever seen." And you turn around, and there is Brack being supported a little bit by Frick, and Brack is just staring at Stitch, just wide-eyed, just in awe. And Frick is kind of props him up, pats him. You're fine. You're fine. They've never sent so many before.
Well, looks like it wasn't enough.
Well, obviously, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
You want to stay? You want to just be guards here?
No, we have
No,
to go try to fix
Pacifica
the
wants to
problem.
make the brothers friends again.
I mean, we could just kill them all. We could do it. We could do it.
Look, let's do it. Where do we find them?
Hold on. No, let's go with the
Snow
original
Miser's
plan.
castle.
Snow Miser's castle?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm switching to giant, so none of y'all understand.
Oh my god.
goodness. Pacifica
right.
just
Is there a-
sighs.
Is there any champion at Snow Miser's castle that I should fall first?
Probably Snow Miser.
Snow Miser?
Yeah.
All right. How much tougher than these guys do you think he is?
Oh, quite a bit.
Okay. Can you do magic?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I hate magic.
Yeah.
Did you see that fucking cat's tail? What the hell was that shit?
I don't
What
know.
is going on?
I don't even
Yeah.
know what that was.
All right.
Mind you,
So-
I just jumped on their ship.
So this conversation continues. And we're going to take our break real quick.
Yes.
As this conversation is happening, before we go to break, Pacifica, what is your passive perception again?
21.
Does anyone else have anything comparable to that?
15.
Rhys?
I got an 18.
Oh,
Stitch?
snap.
I got an 18 as well.
Okay. So you all notice, except I don't know what Buckets is.
Hold on a second, I can tell you.
It's fine. I'll just say you all notice. From like very far below, you would guess probably roughly where you landed originally after coming through Sam's portal. You hear a voice calling for all of you. Friends! Friends!
Sam?
Yep!
What?
And that's where we'll go to break.
All right.
So, thank you guys
Alright.
for sticking with us through this weirdness. And I'm having a lot of fun. It was an intense combat. It was a lot of fun. I did not think it would go that well for you guys. Good job. Holy crap.
That
was
tidal
amazing.
wave, though.
The tidal wave, the lightning, and that sword. That sword is like, that is baller.
Killer.
Yeah.
Literally. And sneak attack.
Fucking sneak attack.
I love it. All right, so we're going to go to break. It'll be about 10 to 15 minutes, get some food, and we'll be back to conclude our 2-part one-shot holiday special. So stick around. Don't go away. Or if you do go away, make sure to come back. We'll see you in a bit. There we go. Mouse wouldn't click. Don't know why. All right. Welcome back, everybody.
We are here.
Yeah. After that harrowing battle that was not quite as harrowing as I anticipated, you all did amazingly well against 5 frost giants. So when I put that encounter into the Kobold Fight Club thing, it listed it as deadly.
Yeah. It was. Just not for us.
Yeah. You guys fucking just breezed through it. It was crazy.
Took a long time, but
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we breezed through it.
It's pretty easy.
damn near close.
Yeah. All right. So after the fight, you guys heard Sam the Snowman yelling for you from the bottom, or not quite at the bottom, but near where you guys had come in, where he had teleported you to. And if you look really, really closely, you can just very faintly make out a little snowman figure down on the ground, down the obsidian path.
Pacifica stands on her tippy toes and like waves, like long arm.
Yeah, he's just kind of waving both arms and just goes, "Calm down."
All right, guys,
that's what it
let's
looks
go.
like, kind of.
Sam's calling for us. Freaking frack. It was
Sam.
nice meeting you.
It was
Probably-
nice meeting you too.
I hope you guys feel better. I'm sorry about your face.
It's okay. I've had worse.
Oh.
He has a heated rock against the side of his face now. Not an ice pack.
So somewhere along the way, we should probably work up some healing, since I think Rhys took quite a bit of damage there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That happens.
Welcome to the stream.
Well, perhaps we could muster up a short rest once we get to Sam. You know, take an hour to discuss and whatnot, heal up.
Okay.
Sound okay with everyone?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Mark, you're muted. Yeah, there you go.
I am muted because I was eating Sam the Snowman, and I didn't want to, have
You're
his
good,
head
you're good.
chomping. Yeah.
All right. So you guys are heading down to meet up with Sam?
Yep.
Actually, did we find anything on these giant bodies we just mutilated?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll.
Woohoo.
That's a
Oh,
nat one.
that's a crit fail.
That's 2 nat ones.
Yeah.
One
Bad luck,
investigation. Yeah.
Rhys got a 20.
Ooh,
Woof.
A natural 20?
No.
Oh.
19 plus 1.
dirty.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you are searching the bodies of these frost giants. There's not a lot that they carry other than their weapons and some makeshift hide armor. A couple elements of leather here and there, but for the most part, they're just big. And,
Okay.
However, you do, on each one that you investigate, find a small pouch on their waist, on a little leather belt. It's a small, well, relative to them, it was small. To you, it's probably the size of a mid-sized purse.
Okay.
And within it is a rock, and it's perfectly smooth all the way around. It's almost spherical, but it's a little more ovoid shape, almost like an egg. But it is completely smooth, and when you touch it, it feels warm, unnaturally warm.
Is it magical or?
Are you trained in Arcana?
Let me check.
Ooh, I am.
If anyone has Identify or is trained in Arcana, you can take a look at it and see if you can tell if it's magical.
Pacifica is.
21 for Arcana.
Okay.
Pacifica rolled a 22.
Okay, so both of you glancing at this egg-like object that that seems to be made of solid stone in Rhys's hands. It definitely appears to be a magical item of some sort. If anybody has identify, you could try identifying it. But let's do a retroactive. I will have each of you make a let's say insight check.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh wow!
Nat 1.
critical
19.
success.
Nat 1.
Oh shit! I got three
Oh my
three
God.
buttons to hit.
Wait, let me roll for bucket.
Critical failure.
14.
Critical
All right, so I got
failure.
my 3 crits in there. 2 failures, 1 success. All right. So what were the rolls other than the nat 1s?
19.
Okay.
And 20. The nat 20.
Yeah. And the bucket got a 14. So, Ox, as you were fighting these giants, even though they're frost giants and they were fighting in extreme heat, they didn't seem to be fighting with any disadvantages.
Oh.
They didn't. I mean, they're like the heat was obviously affecting them, as far as like their beard and hair went, but it didn't seem to be keeping them from giving their all.
Hey guys, I think these rocks protected the frost giants from the heat.
Oh, that's useful.
Seems that way.
As you hold it, you now kind of register, hey, it doesn't quite feel so bad anymore.
So it's cooling down.
No, the rock is the same temperature, but the air around you feels cooler.
So do we get the impression this would work both ways? Like if we were in extreme...
Not sure.
But there's 4 of them. 5 of them.
There are 5. All 5 giants had one.
I say we each take one.
Yeah, we could drop them off at our tower.
Okay. All right, so you guys collect your rocks. Now, again, these things are not small. They're probably about this big, maybe smaller than a bowling ball, but bigger than a softball. So in that area.
Bjorn's gonna drag it in its sack along
Alright.
like a dog sled.
Okay.
Because Pacifica's carrying her baby.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
She kicked ass with the baby.
That is true. For anybody who didn't watch the first episode, what is Pacifica's baby?
It is a baby polar bear cub that Stitch gave to her because he didn't want it. And she named it Hound because Bjorn means bear and Hound means dog, but it's opposite.
That's adorable.
Yes.
All right.
will
So
be her
Pacifica
household
and Hound
Yes.
are making their way down. Everybody else is following down this obsidian path. And you get to the bottom, and Sam the Snowman is there, and he has his portal up, and he is keeping as close to it as he can. And you can see that wherever he is, like if he moves too far away from the portal, he starts to melt. It is, for him, it is far too hot here to sustain his form.
I hand him my rock.
He kind of takes it with his little snow arms, and immediately, he's like, oh, that's much better. Thank you. Where did you find this?
Off a bunch of frost giants we slaughtered.
Frost giants.
Yeah.
Oh. Where is Heat Miser?
I was able to convince him that we're going to try to mend his relationship with his brother. So he went to his mama's house, and we're going to get his brother to go there too, and we're going to work it out.
Snow Miser must have sent his troops as soon as he realized that Heat Miser was gone.
He realized, like, right away. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, they have a weird relationship. Plus, it's a one shot. Now, he has ways of transporting his troops, much like I can transport you. So that's really not that surprising. You say you were able to convince him to go to his mother's home. That is an alternate plane of existence that both of them can access. As far as I know, no one's been there since she passed.
That's what I'm playing.
She's dead?
Ox, where have you been?
Remember, my mic cut out for the last 40 minutes while you were talking to Heat Miser?
Yeah. So yes, Heat Miser and
so we know she's
mother,
dead.
They call her Mother Nature, even though she is not technically the embodiment of nature itself. She's as close as you can get in this realm while still being a physical being. She is the mother of both Heat Miser and Snow Miser, and was the one kind of keeping them from fighting amongst themselves. But according to Sam and Heat Miser, she has passed away. So the two brothers are bickering once again. So Sam will kind of nod to himself. Okay. Then you need to see Snow Miser immediately. With Heat Miser gone, Snow Miser has nothing to keep him in check.
Yeah, let's go.
And he kind of looks at Rhys. You look. Excuse me. Sorry, I ate really fast. You look very hurt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here, have a cold compress. And he just puts a very cold, snowy hand against your face. Like, it's not gentle. It's not nice. Like, it's just a bunch of snow in your face. And pulls it away, and you still have some residual ice crusting your face, but you feel way better than you did. You are now back at full health. Still, spell slots are still expended.
Okay.
But you're back to full health.
Sweet. Thank you.
Was anyone else injured?
Me.
Yeah, he will also kind of palm your face if you allow it.
Sweet. Oh, I will.
Your nostrils kind of get packed with snow a little, and you gotta snort it out. Yeah. You are also back to full health. So.
That tickled.
He will kind of wave his snow arm again, and you see the gate shift on the inside a little bit, and it is now a very vibrant blue, where before it was a blue mixed with orange. Now it is just a straight blue, kind of swirling vortex on the inside of this gate. And he says, "Be my guest."
Well, I thought we were going to be Cold Miser's guests.
Oh my goodness.
Can I have my stone back?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. And he hands it to you as you pass him. Do you all go into the portal?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So as you kind of pass through, you feel your stomach lurch once again, and find yourselves deposited. This time, you're not at the base of a mountain. You are actually at the top of one. And it is, in a lot of ways, very similar to what you had seen from Heat Miser's castle, except that it is, no pun intended, the polar opposite in terms of material and temperature. Thank you. You're standing on a mountain. There's an archway cut through the center of the mountain, and underneath this archway is a glittering, shimmering, beautiful castle made entirely of ice. Ice that is so polished in places that it looks like glass.
Elsa?
It has a very frozen feel, yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Sam's already built Pacifica.
Oh, well.
Indeed I am.
Yeah, well, okay.
All right. So It looks very similar to Heat Miser's castle, again, except it's made entirely of ice instead of out of obsidian. And you can see even from here that the glittering of the ice is from, obviously, ice crystals, but there are also gems embedded within the ice. Some of them are kind of jutting out at weird angles, and these are large, uncut gems, and some of them are embedded within like a foot of solid ice. And it just gives this overall shimmer to the castle. And standing, much like at Heat Miser's lair, standing at the front of the castle with the drawbridge down over an icy lake, or again, sort of like a moat, are two frost giants. And you don't have to enter or even cross the drawbridge to meet Snow Miser, because he comes dancing out of the tunnel leading to the castle, and you can all hear an eerie, almost ethereal music, and if you look closely, you will see holes in the walls, in the ice walls of the castle, much like with Heat Miser's lair, where when the wind passes through, it creates this tune, and you recognize the tune as being the exact same one that was playing at Heat Miser's lair.
Why can't they just get along?
And he comes dancing out. He's not singing, but he is dancing.
All right, let's go talk to him.
Well, I will describe him.
I'll
for you
stay
real
shut
quick.
up.
All right, tell me about him.
He is of a height with a Heat Miser, but where Heat Miser is a little portly, a little bulbous, Snow Miser is lithe and thin, very muscular, but he is huge, and he has 3 heads. 3 of them, and all 3 of them are identical. Each one has a goatee made of solid ice, a long, hooked, pointed nose. His eyebrows are actually made of ice, and he has it looks like slicked back hair, but it's made of ice as well, and it kind of goes down. And he carries for each head a hat, like a wide-brimmed hat. Not sure what the material is. It's not ice. It looks to be some sort of fabric, but it is garishly decorated a bright blue. And each head is wearing one.
Okay, guys,
And they're
here's
all
the plan.
smiling.
We're going to go up to him, and we're going to compliment his hat. Okay? And we're going to let him know that he's a really good dancer. And then we're going to ask him if we can talk to him. After buttering him up a bit, because that always helps. And you gotta be genuine. And if you're not genuine, I'm gonna have Bjorn bite you.
I'll stay back.
Which head are we talking to?
We're just gonna greet it and him, and we're gonna whichever one responds. And if it's all of them, then we compliment all of them. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
And Pacifica leads the way, and she's like, "Hello, hello there.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
I really like your hats.
Well, I appreciate that. They were a gift from my mother."
Oh, that's lovely.
And all 3 heads are speaking in unison.
Okay.
Like it's perfect unison.
I also really like your dancing. You seem very talented.
Oh, yeah. Mom taught me how to do that, too. And he kind of spins in a little pirouette.
Ooh, very
And
nice.
as he does, little ice crystals kind of just from his feet.
Very nice. Bravo. Much talent.
He flourishes a bow.
My name's Pacifica.
Very nice to meet you, Pacifica.
It's very nice to meet you. What's your name?
They call me Snow Miser.
Oh, I like
Whatever
that.
I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
Oh, you're too much.
Haha, you've heard it before.
This is my husband, Rhys.
Hello.
Oh, very nice to meet you, Rhys.
And this is my friend Stitch.
Stitch.
And
Got
these
tips
are
to
our dogs, Ice and Bjorn.
Oh, I like that one's name.
Yeah, I feel like you guys could be good friends. And the big ones behind me are Okse, and this is Bucket. He's kind of touched a little bit, so be nice to Bucket.
Wow, you should tell Bucket to be nice to me. Much bigger.
Bucket just gives Bucket a stern look. Anyway, so I actually came here because I needed to talk to you, Mr. Snow Miser.
Call me Snow Miser. Mr. Snow Miser. Well, I'm also Mr. Snow Miser.
Which do
call
you
me-
prefer?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Could I just call you Snow?
Sure.
All right. Well, Snow.
Take the slope. It's killing me. The puns.
I actually came all the way here because I needed to talk to specifically you. It
All
was
right.
a long, long walk. So, I hope you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit of your time.
Sure. I'm a little busy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, sure. What do you need?
Would it be easier if we sat down and talked? Because
Um,
it might take me a minute.
I will ask. The rocks. What have you guys done with them?
Bjorn is sitting on it.
Okay. What is everyone else doing
Mine's
with
in
their
my
rock?
bag.
Okay.
Yeah, Reese's too is in his bag.
Okay. Stitch, Bucket. Or well,
Bucket seems like
so.
Bucket would be sitting there playing it with it idly,
Okay,
like
so
it's a
Stitch.
toy. Like he doesn't know what the hell it is. Stitch has got his in his pocket.
So there were only 5.
Oh wait a minute! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So either you have one or Bucket has one.
Didn't Stitch have it?
Yeah, Stitch had it.
Originally. So what was Stitch be doing with it?
It's in his pocket.
Okay. A big rock. But sure. We'll see him in a
Well,
bag. All
Yeah,
right.
he put it in his
Okay.
backpack.
That's fine. Yeah. You know, you seem to be new around here. So let me just tell you, I've got a little beef with my brother.
Oh.
And he left a little bit ago, and I sent some people to check on his house. And I haven't heard back from them yet. It's not been that long. But I still, I get nervous.
Yeah, I understand. Just give me a minute if you mind.
Sure.
Okay, well, you see, we actually heard about the recent passing of your mom.
And he, like all 3 hats come off
And
at the same time.
we wanted to give our condolences. I can't imagine losing my mom. I'm so sorry.
Kind of, all 3 heads are bowed and kind of nods. You know, it's not been easy. It's not been easy,
I understand that.
especially with a younger brother who's such a hothead. You know.
And you see, I actually had the opportunity to talk to your brother.
Really.
Yeah, and you know,
The hats
he
go
was
back on.
he was a little hot-headed at first.
Yeah.
I'm sure you understand that.
Oh, more than anyone.
But I was able to talk to him, and you know, I found out that he's been feeling kind of down, really down actually, since you lost your mom, and I imagine that you might be feeling kind of the same. So,
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check. What is everyone else doing at this time? Are you just kind of letting Pacifica handle this, or?
Ox is keeping a very close eye on the guards.
Okay. I'll
And-
have you make a perception check.
Ooh, I think I'm good at that. I'm all right. 22. I'll take it.
Okay. You notice one of the guards kind of squat down and starts like using her finger to kind of trace a few patterns in the snow. And like when she finishes, she places a hand over it and it flashes briefly. And then like her eyes widen. And she very quickly looks over to Snow Miser, but hasn't said anything.
So Pacifica rolled a 17
On
persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of droops a little. Yeah, it's been hard. He doesn't like to talk to me. And I can be a little abrasive at times, sure.
Oh yeah.
But we're brothers. I don't hate him. I don't hate the guy. I just want to be cold. I don't want it to be warm. I want everybody to be cold. I don't feel like that's too much to
everyone needs
ask.
their space. Everyone needs their personal space. I understand.
At this point, good.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get through to your little brother a little bit, which, I'm sure you understand was kind of difficult with his brash hot-headedness. I was able to find out that he actually wants to confide in you and wants to work on your relationship as brothers, especially since your mom has passed. And he understands that it's probably what your mom would really, really want. At least just to learn to accept each other's differences.
Okay. As you're finishing that sentence, the guard that you noticed, Ox, stands up and kind of taps Snow Miser on the shoulder. And the two of them begin conversing quietly in Giant. We'll continue using the same perception roll. You can understand them. She is telling him that she has attempted to communicate with the raiding party, and that there has been no communication back. And he's kind of nodding, and one of the heads turns and looks at the party, and then looks back at her. And it just seems like maybe the wheels are starting to turn a little.
Pacifica is impatient because she feels like she's been interrupted.
Okay. What do you say?
She's got that mom face, and she's like...
Mark, you muted.
Yeah, Mark, you muted.
Mark.
There we are. Okay. So I'm going to walk up. And I'm going to very quietly say to Pacifica, they know we killed their raiding party. That's what they're talking about right now. I think we surprise attack them. Talk later.
I'm working on it.
Stitch.
Hold on.
Stitch.
Excuse me, Snow Miser?
Yeah. Sorry.
I understand that you're trying to handle business right now, but I don't like being interrupted. No one really does.
Trying to run a business here, you see.
Well, I understand.
Checking on my brother. But,
I was trying to finish telling you about him.
Uh-huh.
So, the reason he left is because I was able to convince him to go and wait for you at your mom's house. So that way you guys can try to sit down and talk about what's kind of happened and be brothers and family in a time that you guys really need each other.
What's that guard doing?
She's just kind of standing, arms folded, and like she's not making any aggressive moves, but you can tell that she's tensed and ready for the command. Like she's waiting.
Okay, so I'm gonna bonus action my shield out. Huzzah!
Okay.
And I'm going to say to her in Giant, We destroyed your raiding party. We can destroy you too, or you can let us pass with ease. Your choice.
All right. I would like you to make an intimidation check for me.
Woohoo!
As this is happening, go ahead.
Shit. Still not good enough. 9. That's with my +4. Don't be jealous.
Okay. So as that's happening, Snow Miser doesn't move. He is completely unfazed by this, and he's still looking right at Pacifica. Your friend's a little excited.
Yeah, she likes to bring the families together rather than tear them apart.
I was talking to the lady. Sorry.
Oh.
Pacifica just kind of like looks at Rhys and then like looks back up at the giant. She's like, he does that.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, madam, since you seem to be the talker of this group, who in your party was responsible for the death of my brothers and sisters? You raise your hand?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I point to the polar bear cub.
And along with it, I pull out. And along with it, I obviously pull out my 9 live stealer sword.
Okay. Okay. What is your armor class?
20.
20. So you feel a great axe, like the pommel of it, just kind of slam you from the side as the hand of a giant reaches around with the pommel, not the blade section.
Yeah.
So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and the wind is kind of knocked out of you a little bit, and Snow Miser standing there, 2 arms still folded, and you see a 3rd and 4th arm kind of unfurl, one with a great axe in hand, Goro style, and he just kind of looks at Pacifica and he's like, is he telling the truth?
So we all took part in trying to clear the path.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest. Because we needed to get through, and we needed to get to you to try to talk to you before anything bad happened. Because we want to try to fix your relationship with your brother. And that's valuable. That's your real brother, and that's what your mom would have wanted.
Right. I would like you to make one more persuasion check, please. With advantage.
Okay.
Because of Okse's assistance.
That's a nat 20.
Lucky.
Critical success.
Oh, so
Plus
good.
2, so
good.
22. That good
All
old
right.
Kraken right there.
All right.
He there.
So, yeah. Yeah, you all right there, Mark? That looked violent. That looked really violent. So,
Yeah, I'm good.
all right. So he kind of nods to Pacifica and the rest of you, but then he looks down at Okse and extends one of his hands down to you.
To shake?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. It's massive.
Hand on finger.
No, you know, Okse will continue to hold his sword, and give him a curt nod and say, I appreciate your gesture of kindness and friendship.
You know, there's not a lot of things in this world I respect. But a warrior, that's something that I'm always looking for.
Me too. I'm always looking for a good fight. Like I just wanna keep honing my skills, getting better at what I do.
I'll tell you what. You and me, one-on-one. But
Let's do it.
Let me talk to my brother first.
Okay. Deal.
All right. So he actually, this time, he will extend his great axe out to you. And knowing Giant and being kind of familiar with their customs, it is a sign of respect to gently touch blades between warriors.
So I will take my 9 lives. I will take my sword and I will clang gently his great axe blade.
All right. Okay. And he just grins, like all 3 heads are just grinning, and he is like now again kind of dancing from side to side, but this time it's from excitement. Like he is looking forward to this fight. So he nods to you. Like, all right. Let's go talk to my brother.
Let's do it.
Can we come?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Just the tips.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying not to say it. Gently touch tips.
So
we didn't cross the streams, though. That's the important thing.
It's important. So he kind of turns around, sheathes the great axe. Ow, I just punched myself in the side of the face. Sheathes the great axe and begins walking into the ice castle. You guys follow?
Okay, guys, let's go.
Just wait, his back's exposed to me?
Mm-hmm.
And he is unarmed.
He has sheathed his great axe.
That is a surprise attack.
What?
Ox is a warrior. You don't...
Pacifica immediately, with her passive perception of 21, is like, don't do it!
Okay, so Ox will like start, and then like Pacifica, he'll catch the mom look. Fuck, and he'll sheath his sword as well.
Oh, thank God!
The Pacifica's just like. You guys are knocking away Rhys's chance at having children. I'm just telling you this.
You're muted, Albert.
It's still not working. Did you mute Discord?
No, I accidentally hit the mute button twice.
Oh.
All right.
Double mute.
Yep. It's like a double tap, but with the thumb. That's weird. So you guys walk into the ice castle with Ox visibly restraining himself.
Yeah.
And it is decorated in a very similar vein to Heat Miser's castle. There is a throne made of ice sitting atop a pool, and this pool is just like perpetually generating like a dry ice kind of fog, and reading chat, and it's adorned with these jewels, much like Heat Miser's interior chamber was, and you can see little ice mephits, again very similar to the magma mephits that you saw in the other layer, kind of dancing around to this weird music that comes through these pipes in the walls, and they don't stop as you guys walk through. They are just jamming, and for that I would like all of you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Finally gonna add that probably.
Oh, nailed it with an 8.
Pacifica got a 15.
Ox has all the charisma that you would expect of a Minotaur.
Rhys Rhys got a 21.
21.
Hot damn!
All right. So who got lower than a 15?
Well, Stitch
Yeah.
and Bucket.
Okay. So all three of you, as you enter this chamber, like kind of feel yourselves kind of start grooving. You'll be just kind of nodding back and forth, and then you feel compelled to dance. You can still you must use your movement to dance. Now you can dance in a line as long as you are dancing. So you can still follow. Your movement is not impeded.
You start doing a
dancing
conga line.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, a Snow Miser would be all about it.
So we're line dancing.
All right, that is what you're doing. So in the corner of the room is an icy pool that looks like the top of it is just a solid layer of glassy ice. But as Snow Miser kind of steps up to it, he puts his feet in, and you see that they just immediately sink through, almost like water, but there's no ripple. It's like a portal. And then he kind of turns around and he puts his hand out for you all to join him.
Pacifica goes.
Okay, so Pacifica heads in. So as you step in, it seems like it should be cold, even with the stone that you have. But it's not. It's just a little bit of wind kind of whipping around you. And as you continue down, you get about neck level. And he kind of leans down and says, "Don't be afraid," and motions you forward. You continue?
Yes.
Okay. Pacifica, step, disappears.
With Bjorn, of course.
Yep. And Yund.
Yes.
Yund.
Yes.
So
Yes,
they all three
yes.
disappear under this icy sheen. Who's next?
Pacifica giving her husband a heart attack.
Yeah, Rhys goes next with ice.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys, same thing, kind of disappear under this icy sheen. Who's next?
Stitch
Ox
just
goes
dives
in.
Ox is going.
Ox is about to step and Stitch goes in underneath. He's like,
Cat almost killed
go.
you.
That is so accurate for cats, though.
Yes.
So yeah, yep. So
Ox is going
Ox
down.
is just
And he's like light bulbing it. He's like jazz
Whistles
handing
for
it.
Bucket.
And she just,
Bucket is
Like a
doing
dog.
the worm
oh yeah.
into it.
Well, it's not actually the worm. He's humping the ground.
Yes,
It just happens to be a
it's the
forward
dance
motion.
of his people.
Yeah.
So you all go in, and then you hear the steps of Snow Miser behind you. And like as soon as your head passes through this portal, you are breaking the surface of a very similar portal, but all around you is green. It is just beautiful flowering trees and bushes all around you. It is just a glade. It's a virtual paradise that you're stepping into. The fruit trees are laden with ripe fruit. The flowers just seem to be in perpetual bloom, all different kinds around you. And there is a massive tree that's kind of gnarled and knotted. Its branches are intertwined, and it just kind of stretches out into the sky beyond sight, up into the clouds. And there is a door set into the tree that looks easily large enough for Heat Miser and Snow Miser to enter. And the door is slightly ajar.
So when Pacifica gets out, she of course goes to call for Heat Miser.
Hmm.
So she's just like, Heat Miser, are you here?
You see like a little bit of flame hair kind of poke around the side of the door, and he kind of leans out.
Hello,
Oh, hello.
we brought your brother.
Oh, you did?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I'll stay and help you guys talk.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I promise.
So, as you guys all kind of traipse up to the door, Snow Miser comes out of the pool as well. And Heat Miser comes out, and the two of them begin talking. And for brevity's sake, because we are running a little bit short on time now, we will say that they converse for a little bit, and they come to the conclusion that they would like for Pacifica and one other person to arbitrate this exchange. So I will ask the remainder of the party, who else wants to arbitrate?
Pacifica,
Yes?
I speak giant, which means if shit gets heated and they start talking too fast, I can translate it for you.
But I don't want you to say anything that's going to hinder the movement, Ox.
No, because the quicker they're friends and love each other, the quicker I get to fight Snow Miser. I'm in it for the expediency of brotherly love so that I can get to my fight.
Do you promise that you're going to only help?
Only help.
Okay.
Hornswear.
I'm not even going to ask Bucket.
Oh, is a horn swear like a pinky swear?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not dropping my fucking weapon.
Oh, no.
Stitch and Rhys, are you guys okay with letting Ox help me then?
Yeah, that's like give him a shot. He knows giant.
Thanks, Rhys. Glad someone's got my back.
Yeah, let him have at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys can poke around a little bit and see if you can find anything interesting while we're here.
Yeah, good.
Climb the tree. Bet there's cool shit there.
Okay, well, Bjorn is going to come with me, of course.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
therapy dog.
All right.
That's what he is for me.
So, for this, I will have either both of you can roll separately, and we're gonna make these persuasion checks because there's no diplomacy in 5th edition. That would be perfect for this, but we'll make them persuasion checks. So you can either roll independently, or one of you can roll with advantage. You will decide amongst yourselves.
All right,
You roll with advantage, Pacifica.
Okay.
I
Let's do this.
See, I could be a team player.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Boom!
nice.
Good shot.
That beautiful
success.
Kraken. So 22.
Nice.
Other one
All
would have
right.
been 12.
All right. So you are able to expertly negotiate between these two entities, and the negotiations do go on for a while. They are picky, they are petty, they are brothers, but eventually they do reach a conclusion, and is satisfactory for all parties involved. And basically, it amounts to the same agreement that they had before you guys landed, the one that their mother enforced. But this time, instead of it being their mother enforcing it, as the negotiations have been going on, another figure has emerged from the pool. He is dressed completely in red, with black boots with gold buckles, a rotund stomach, buckled with a beautiful leather black belt, a giant white beard, bulbous red nose, and a hat very similar to this one. And he kind of steps out, and he says, "Well, I hear that there is negotiation happening. Maybe
yes.
I can help."
Well, sure. What's your name?
They call me Chris.
All right, Chris. Well, if you'd like to help, come on over.
And,
Wait, Pacifica, we don't even know where the fuck this dude came from.
He seems like he's He said he wants to help with the negotiations.
And Heat Miser and Snow Miser both kind of look out and go, Santa? Both of them just like in unison.
You told us your name was Chris.
I have many names. Santa Claus is one of them.
Okay.
And Santa can produce a magically binding contract between the two brothers. He can facilitate that. And so he does. And so you have a magically binding contract that keeps the brothers at peace with one another. And they both sign, and they both shake one another's hands, and then they shake Santa's hand, and then they both turn to the rest of the party. And Snow Miser looks at Ox. So, about that contest.
Let's do it.
All right. I think Mom's got a fighting ring here somewhere. And he kind of looks around a little, and like, you guys don't see anything that looks like a fighting ring at all. But he reaches up and kind of plucks a very small leaf from the tree and puts it to his mouth and kind of whispers something in a language that none of you understand, and flicks it. And it kind of floats to the ground, and as it hits the ground, it just expands immediately into an 8-sided ring with high fencing and like a sand interior. And there's a single door that is big enough for him to pass through. And he kind of motions to the ring. Is this acceptable?
100%.
Now, you sure you want to do this one-on-one?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
is it to the death?
Oh, no.
Okay.
We just became friends.
I was just making sure.
I'm just going to knock him out.
do you think you need a bigger challenge?
Well, I mean, you can bring as many as you'd like.
Fun. You guys want to fight him with me? Just for fun. Non-lethal.
Well, I don't know.
And as I say non-lethal, I do like a big, like...
Pacifica's like... I don't know. I will defer to the rest of the group.
Stitch has already got his dagger switched out of his hand.
Nice.
That's it, Stitch.
I can buff you guys.
Oh,
Nice.
I'll take a buff.
All right.
As
let me
this has
find one
been-
that buffs 2
Yeah.
people though.
Okay. Well, as Rhys is looking that up, Stitch, you notice that like the whole time Santa's been here, he has been like casting just furtive, appraising glances in your direction. It's like he's trying not to be weird, but he is like he's clearly like trying to figure you out. And but before the fight begins, he kind of approaches you. And what were you gonna do?
I was going to kind of call him out on giving me the weird look.
I do apologize, but I don't want to be rude, but I've never seen such craftsmanship. Who made you?
Stitch genuinely has no idea what he's talking.
What?
You seem familiar. Oh, no matter.
Stitch!
So Stitch will look at Santa and be like, craftsmanship. He's like,
Indeed.
Stitch will say, a lot of weird shit's gone down with me lately. And he'll ask Santa if he recognizes who might have crafted it, or if he's seen craftsmanship like this before, and then inquire as what does he mean by craftsmanship.
Okay, do you want to do this out loud, or are you asking in secret?
Kind of as an aside.
Okay. So you ask Santa these questions, and he gives you some answers, which I will send to you. They're not super helpful, I will say that. He has not seen anything quite like you before. You've seen something vaguely similar, but he also tells you a lot of things you already know regarding automatons and machinery. So they're things you've already read.
Okay.
So, Ox or Rhys, what was the spell you wanted to cast?
Okay, so I don't have one. I already used Bless. So I think I'm just going to cast Aid.
Okay.
So I can hit 2 people. And I give you extra HP. Your HP is increased by 5 for 8 hours.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I give you a little bit more health. Hopefully that helps.
Sweet. I'll take it.
Pacifica wants to talk to Santa and tell Santa what she wants for.
Okay. All right. He definitely sits on a nearby stump. Doesn't seem that interested in watching the fight. But yeah, he'll chat with you for a little while. So as Snow Miser and Okse and Stitch enter the ring, is Bucket participating as well? You're muted.
Yeah.
Bucket's in there. He's fighting.
I figured. Okay. So in that case, here is how this is going to go, because we do not have enough time to play out this entire fight. I wish, but maybe someday. So for now, the way that we'll do this is we'll make it a skill challenge.
Okay.
And we're going to use the almost heroic skill challenge rules, which I will relate to you. So the way this works is that you pick a skill on your skill list, and you can tell me how you're going to use that skill to aid you in this challenge. You can tell me what you're going to do, and then you roll. I set the DC, and if you meet or beat it, much with any other skill check, we will determine what that success looks like. So for this challenge, since it's 3-on-1, I will put it at let's go with 5 successes, 3 failures. So that is what you have. And we will start. We'll go Okse, Stitch, then Bucket.
Okay.
So you guys just tell me what skill you're going to use. Oh, and sorry, you cannot use the skill that the person before you used, and you can't use the same skill twice. Or in a row. You can't use the same skill twice in a row. So if Okse uses Intimidation, Stitch can't use Intimidation, but Bucket could. Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to use my sleight of hand to try and wrap him up because he has multiple arms. Because I figure if I can pin him, Stitch and Bucket can stab him.
Okay, so you're trying to use sleight of hand to kind of get around him and be a little wily and squirrely. All right.
Exactly. 19.
19 will succeed, so that is 1 success. So Okse kind of darts between Snow Miser's legs and gets behind him and has... so you want to pin 2 of his arms or all 4?
Well, whatever I can reach. I'm almost
probably 2. So you're like a Minotaur pair of handcuffs. For the 2 lower arms. All right, so that is 1 success, no failures. Stitch, you're up.
Stitch is going to open up the cage door in this octagon.
Okay.
I'm going to point at Ice, Bjorn, and Hund, and I'm going to use animal handling.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay.
What are you doing?
That's amazing. Yeah, roll it.
Ooh. That's a 6.
Baby.
6.
Damn.
That is going to be a failure, my friend. So you open it up, and what do you yell at them?
I just go...
They all
Bjorn just looks at you like...
just that baleful dog look that they give you when they know that you're a human and you're a moron. It's that same look that you're a cat. So, yeah, that is a failure on that. So what is Bucket doing? What skill will Bucket use?
Bucket's not really skillful.
We're at 1 success, 1 failure.
I guess Bucket will use intimidation just to kind of
that was my thinking.
essentially just talk shit about him.
Okay.
Kind of
All right.
Just
berate him
roar.
down.
Roll it.
Your mother was a short giant.
That's 19.
19 will succeed. So Bucket, you're playing Bucket. You tell me what it looks like.
You just see Bucket just kind of flare up. He's got his great axe, and he's just murmuring shit that I don't think he even knows what he's saying.
And occasionally mixed in with like a.
Yeah. And he starts to like shed, and his skin starts peeling, and like he's molting.
Yeah. Snow Miser thinks he's diseased. Like, there's something wrong with you. You're not right, man. All right. So that is 2 successes, 1 failure. We have 3 successes to go. So we are now back to Ox.
All right, so I've got him gripped up, so now I'm going to use my athletics to throw him down on the ground.
Ooh, nice.
That's a 13.
13 will not succeed, unfortunately.
No, it won't.
So as you kind of try to sweep the leg, Snow Miser is solidly planted, and your leg just kind of hits his shin, and you can hear him kind of chuckle, and it just rumbles against you. But you still have his arms pinned. Since you have his arms pinned, I'm wondering if I should have made that at advantage.
He is grappled.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Try again. Roll again.
Okay.
So the first strike definitely did not work.
That was even worse.
So you try twice. Both times, like you kind of bruise your own shin a little.
Ouch.
That hurts. That is now 2 successes and 2 failures. Got 1 failure left. What is Stitch doing?
Stitch is going to use acrobatics and kind of go like full Wolverine Berserker Rage, like a BB in a blender, and just start bouncing.
All right, do it.
Ooh, that is a... What the hell is that? That's a 30. That's a 30.
30? Did you roll a 19?
I did.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that will definitely succeed. You are just like a... I keep trying to
cat out of hell?
Yeah. You're a cat out of hell on this 3-headed frost giant. He cannot keep up with you. He is constantly just like swatting all around him, and nothing. He's hitting nothing. So that is now 3 successes, 2 failures, 2 successes left. What is Bucket doing?
Can Bucket not do anything?
Bucket, I will say, especially since Chris isn't here to play him, I will say that Bucket could offer aid to give the next person advantage.
Woohoo!
Bucket will do that. He will aid Ox.
All right. So, Ox, what are you doing?
All right. I'm going to intimidate him.
Yeah, you can do that. Because the last skill used was not intimidation. Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, and they both came up the same.
What is it?
13.
13. Oh, no, that will not succeed, unfortunately.
On the plus side, at least Ox failed it.
That's fair.
He would have been. He would have been pissed if someone else failed it.
That's fair. Okay, so Snow Miser finally gets a hand on Stitch, and it kind of just pulls him off of him, and just kind of drops him off to the side, and he just kicks out to the front, and when he does, he uses that momentum to just flip Ox over, and you just kind of just go spinning end over end and slam into the wooden cage wall of this octagon, and you are dazed. And at that point, Snow Miser will hold his hands up and will say, all right, I think that's enough. I think you're a worthy opponent, but I'd prefer to spend a little time with my brother, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
But you know what? I think we should make this a thing. What do you say?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we should make this an annual event. Maybe get some other people in here. Yeah, I'd like that. So you guys head out of the octagon, and as you do, as soon as Snow Miser leaves, he's the last one to exit, it kind of just melts away, almost like it was made of ice. And what's left there are just some new flowers blooming in the ground. So during this time, Pacifica has been telling Santa what she wants. Let's try to keep it brief because we do need to wrap up soon.
So, Pacifica, after finding out, like, what Christmas is and, like, the whole, like, tradition of this, she would have asked nicely if she could sit on his lap and tell him what she wanted for Christmas.
Oh, of course!
Okay, well, I would really, really like for Brachial and Yannick to be doing okay. They're my friends.
He kind of looks off it for a second. They're doing just fine.
Oh, and I would like, a couple more dresses, because I really, really like collecting all my dresses, and it makes me feel like a princess. And I would like, for my mother to have a good day always. And I would like for Bjorn to live a long, happy life. And I would like to be a good wife to Rhys. And very last thing that I would like for Christmas is for all of my friends that are here with me, including my new friends, especially Heat Miser, because he and we even traded gifts. I would like for everyone that I care about to always be happy.
That is very noble. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
He kind of taps the side of his nose, and you hear a very faint jingling sound, and he just kind of disappears in a cloud of sparkles.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing! And like she like turns to Rhys, just like freaking out. She's like, "That was so cool!"
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Nobody else gets a gift?
No one
I
else pulled
asked for
Santa
gifts
aside.
for you guys.
True.
What, that guy can give us things?
That's the thing. Would Rhys have inquired things of Santa as well?
Probably.
Oh,
actually.
well, what would Rhys ask for? Santa's not gone yet. You guys are fighting.
Probably like a book that would tell them all about the world that they're in right now.
Okay.
Just like everything, every detail,
Okay.
every bit of information. Yeah.
Did Santa not get Stitch's letter?
You don't know.
Damn it.
All right.
He asked for a legend lore ring, by the way.
So much. Anyway, so Heat Miser and Snow Miser have reconciled. Santa has been talked to. Wow, can't word good. By Pacifica and Rhys. You guys have had your fight with Snow Miser, and the agreement that this will become an annual thing if you come back. He's excited, and promises
Ox
to
is
train.
very excited.
Promises to train hard, and to bring in some other fighters. Make it a full-on tournament. So they're going to call it the Fight Before Christmas. And
yes.
So you guys head out of the portal. You guys head out of the portal, and Sam the Snowman is there, and he congratulates you and thanks you for essentially saving the North Pole, because with the brothers warring, there's no way anybody could get anything done. And he tells you that he has a surprise for you when you get back to the tower. As you guys come up to the tower, number one, you notice it is fully upright now. is no longer leaning in a snowdrift. It is standing fully upright. The door that was splintered and broken open has been completely repaired. And it looks good as new. He will tell you that Santa's elves came by and fixed it at his request. And next to the door of this, you see a massive sack. It is bright red and closed with a golden cord. And there's a little card, like a tag, on it.
Oh my goodness.
JJ, you're muted.
Stitch grabs the tag and looks at it.
The tag, in very beautiful script, says, "Thank you for taking care of my boys." And it's signed Mother Nature.
Oh.
What's in the sack? We'll open the sack up too.
The sack is absolutely filled with the most crystal clear, beautifully cut gems you have ever seen. Just looking at one of them, it's about the size of your fist, and it's probably worth around 1,000 to 1,500 gold in your home, on your home plane. And this sack is huge.
To the treasury?
Well, actually, aren't these the gems we needed to power this thing?
No.
Oh, this is just
as you
free
approach
money.
the tower, you sense the very familiar hum of the tower's magic.
And
I
the
think
doors
we
are all
fixed
open
it.
again.
Mm-hmm. Well, have you gone inside?
Yeah, it's cold out here. I'm going inside.
What were you saying, Pacifica?
Ox, can you help me pick up the thing of gems?
I guess.
So we can get it into the treasury room, assuming it's back.
Well, I don't know if I'm staying with you guys. You kind of don't want me to fight, and I kind of want to just fight and hone my skills. I don't know if this is the right trip for me to be on.
Well,
Can I help you bring it in, and I'll just take some, and I'll just stay here?
you want to stay here?
Well, I don't know any better place, so at least here I got Snow Miser, and we can practice and train together.
Well, let me get everyone else first. Stitch went inside. And Pacifica goes and calls to Stitch.
Okay.
Stitch, Ox wants to leave.
No, I don't want to leave. I want to stay. Big difference, Pacifica.
He wants to leave
You
us.
want to leave.
No. Anyway, he wants to stay here. Well, I mean, we're going to come back every year for the tournament.
Yeah, but none of you guys can train me as good as Cold Miser, and he needs a good training partner because we all know Heat Miser's not going to be much of one.
Is that what you really want?
I think so. I mean, you guys know where I am. If you ever need me, come pick me up.
Well, if that's what you want, then I want you to be happy.
Fighting makes me happy. Talking makes me sad.
And Pacifica goes and gives Ox a good little pat on the arm. And it's like, go ahead and take your share of gems and help me
So,
get it inside. And
oh yeah.
I hope you're happy staying here.
I hope you're happy. I hope you find whatever you're looking for. Actually, you guys are kind of pretty cool. That Stitch dude, though, fucking weird. I ain't never seen anything like that. And Bucket, lock your door when you go to sleep. But,
So
Okay.
Stitch was
Ox hauls the bag in, takes whatever his fair share would be.
Stitch went into his room real quick to make sure his room was still intact. You know, the doors are working and whatnot. And he emerges. He's got his right arm. He's got the skin removed from it. And underneath is just this endoskeleton that's made of polished silver.
What the fuck is that?
We're trying to say
And he's
goodbye to
And
us.
he's just sitting there kind of looking at his hand and kind of flexing it, watching the gears turn, and says, and then just puts it down.
I love it. All right.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
so good. And with that, Ox, you take your share of the gems, which equals to roughly 100,000 gold's worth of gems. And they're easy enough for you to carry around. But the rest of you pile into the tower. Stitch, kind of marveling at his newly discovered actual skeleton, and trying to figure out what this means. You all head up to the top floor and sit in your familiar places around the circle of gems and begin to drive the tower to your home plane, your home world of Osiria.
Are we gonna get there in time for the festival?
Ox is waving as they're flying away.
Yeah. And, so Ox, you watch as the tower kind of jets up into the sky and then just vanishes. And that is where we will end our 2-part one-shot for the holidays.
All right.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for playing. This was a lot of fun. It's been rattling around in my head for a little while. So bringing it together was fun. I have more ideas for next year.
The fight before Christmas.
That will factor into it, yeah. Yeah, it's going to end up being part of the Island of Misfit Toys.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I got to get off here, but thank you guys again. Thank you for all the support throughout this year. Don't forget tomorrow there will be an episode of Make Believe Menagerie, correct?
That's up in the air.
Oh, okay.
All depends on holiday festivities.
Keep an eye on the Twitters. We'll let you guys know. But if not, then Happy New Year.
Tuesday for sure.
Stay safe, drink responsibly.
Yes.
And
yeah,
we will see you guys in the new year with a new campaign and a bunch of new programming and hopefully some new followers and subscribers of the channel.
Make sure to join us on Tuesday, the very first of the year, for our first session of Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
Yes, come support.
That will be audio only, so you can actually just put it on in the background and listen to it. You don't have to watch the screen. Hopefully it'll be a fun and engaging experience for everyone involved. I'm looking forward to it. Waterdeep is a really cool module.
Yes.
So, with that, have a good night. Be nice to each other. And until we see you again.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And remember to keep it friendly.
Good night.
Good night.